Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Order your favorite tennis gear at tennisexpress.com today. Well, the inevitable has happened. After more than a year of negotiations, the WTA has inked a long-term deal with Saudi Arabia, signing on for a 3-year commitment which gives Riyadh the rights to host the WTA Finals from 2024 to 2026. That's a lot of money for the WTA Tour, but bad news for those who don't find Saudi Arabia an acceptable host due to the country's repression of women's rights and free speech. But the money, it turns out, was just too good to refuse. The WTA Finals will now offer $15.25 million in prize money, which is $1 million more than the Shenzhen paid out last year. And that pot will get even bigger in 2025 and 2026. It's an amount on par now with the ATP Finals in Turin, which offered $15 million in 2023. Just for comparison's sake, last year in Cancun, the WTA Finals offered $9 million. It's a big jump. So there you go. The pluses, well, there is certainly one. The move will definitely help the WTA shore up its finances after years of struggle. The minuses, well, there are several. Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova, the two strongest voices in opposition to this deal, laid them out last year. They say Saudi Arabia, as host of the WTA Finals, is incompatible with the spirit and purpose of women's tennis. In an open letter they sent out back in January, they said Saudi is a country where women are not seen as equal. It's a country that criminalizes the LGBT community. Indeed, a country whose long-term record on human rights and basic freedoms has been a matter of international concern for decades. Now, they make good points, and these are concerns for players and staff and even fans who may want to travel to Saudi to see this marquee event. Separately, Navratilova told the BBC the following: "We made a deal with China. Look where that got us. And now we're at the mercy of another government which clearly doesn't play by the rules." Some players have said the deal makes sense if it actually forces Saudi to change for the better. Among those, Billie Jean King. She thinks the WTA can be on the front lines of a sea change, and while they're at it, make more money. And we should point out it is a relatively short-term deal, so the tour will have a little leeway to renegotiate or pull out if things don't feel right down the road. Right now, Saudi Arabia is rumored to be in negotiations for a Masters 1000 event. There is also the fear that Saudi may try to entice players with a separate, more lucrative tour, not unlike the LIV Golf. If that happens, it would throw tennis into disarray. Saudi Arabia is already luring top players for exhibitions and other opportunities, giving them a taste of what it'll be like to play in their country. Rafa Nadal has already become an ambassador for the Saudi Arabia Tennis Federation. Nadal, Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner, all slated to participate in an exhibition there coming up in October. Daniil Medvedev and Holger Rune also rumored to be participating. With a seemingly endless supply of big oil money and a limitless desire to welcome high-profile sports, the WTA's deal could be one of the early dominoes to fall in the tennis landscape because, as they say, money talks. So we put this question out in the past, and by an overwhelming majority, Tennis Now fans really don't like the idea. But now that the deal with the WTA is done, will it last, and will you watch? Sound off in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.